Update. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my girlfriend get a dog because it will upset my old man of a cat? You can read my original post here. I thought that I would give you all an update on the pet situation. After another argument with my girlfriend about the dog situation, we asked a friend of ours if we could look after her dog, a very placid, sleepy and uninterested bulldog, for a day while she was at work, so she could see for herself how Sparky would react. And let me say, my girlfriend now understands why I wanted to wait until Sparky had died before getting a dog. Within the 6 hours that we had the dog, Sparky had tried to bite him on the leg. I pulled him away before he could even make contact with him and hauled Sparky's ass upstairs away from the dog after that moment. While upstairs, Sparky did nothing but yowl at us and revenge pee on the bed, before hiding on top of the wardrobe. While all this was happening, my friend's dog just lay there on the floor of the lounge doing absolutely nothing. Upon seeing what Sparky was willing to do to a dog that wouldn't even hurt a fly, my girlfriend has now agreed that if she wants a dog, then it has to be an outdoor dog, which she does not want, or to wait until the awful day that Sparky is no longer with us. Grumpus is very happy with that plan. Grumpus, Sparky, is now going to spend his golden years lying in front of the fire, watching tennis and Blue Planet on TV, eating lots of treats and sitting on the landing windowsill, where he loves to watch the whole world go by, while casually growling at any dog he sees walk past the house. And he very happy with this plan. I promise my friend's dog was not hurt. I don't even think that he realized that my cat was planning on attacking him. And Sparky is as happy as a lamb again. No more revenge peeing. I think this was a good way to handle it. No dogs were harmed, Sparky will be happy. Girlfriend now understands why Sparky can't be around dogs. A trial run was a genius idea. I've desperately wanted a dog for years, and while my girl can share a home with a dog, I see no reason to disrupt her life when she's only got a few years left. My want for a dog doesn't overrule her need for a calm, quiet home. Besides, the longer I wait for a dog, the more research I can do. This is an ideal ending. It shows your girlfriend you were not exaggerating and no animals were hurt, only Mildy annoyed. Glad to know it all worked out, plus that your girlfriend finally believes you when you said, "No dogs around Sparky." Bet girlfriend loved the pee on the bed part. It has to be an outdoor dog. I just needed to acknowledge this. There's no such thing as an outdoor dog in a regular home environment. Dogs are family members, they need to be with their people. A dog left out in a backyard 24/7 will have behavioral issues. Yay! Sparky can enjoy his retirement in peace. Glad you guys found a compromise and a solution. I just want to add that the cat's not revenge peeing, he's showing signs of extreme distress. None of that behavior is vindictive, your cat's just terrified. I'm sure you know this, but I just want to add that for anyone reading, because cat welfare suffers a lot due to these sorts of misunderstandings. I honestly think this was a no assholes here situation. Thought so on the last post. You love your cat. Obviously the little baby shouldn't be put in a situation that stresses him. Especially in old age. But I feel so bad for your girlfriend, it's not super fair to her that she has to wait until your cat does to get something she's wanted forever. Like, that has to be such a tricky situation? I think I would feel horrible, cause I would feel like being excited to finally get a dog is the same thing as being excited that your cat is gone. I think before he gets to that stage, y'all need to talk about a grieving period. I could see you being very understandably upset afterwards, and not wanting a dog in the house to remind you he is gone. It sounds like you didn't introduce them properly. You can't just throw pets into the same space that have never interacted with each other. It's good that the dog was not harmed though. Honestly, this was a good plan. I don't think your girlfriend was an asshole for insisting because, well, there's so many examples of cats getting along with dogs afterward or something. Clearly, Sparky's response showed her she can't get a dog just yet because he's a lunatic when a dog exists, lol. So I'm glad you guys came to a good solution, at least for Sparky, because it's fair you let you guys do a trial run instead of entirely dismissing her. Yay, this is such a wholesome update. I'm glad Sparky will have a peaceful retirement, relieved face. You do know that you can't just being animals home to each other, right? Especially cats. They usually need days, weeks to become comfortable with another animal in the house. No wonder the experiment didn't work. I really like the Am I the Asshole updates where people actually communicate in a healthy way with each other and reach a reasonable conclusion. I'm really happy for you, and Sparky, and your comfy future together as he lives his golden years. Because when you introduce a new animal to the house you keep them separate for a few days, until they get used to having another pet around and become inquisitive. Then slowly introduce them. Setting someone up for failure is a shitty thing to do. No offense, but you didn't actually try. We have 2 grumpy cats and we brought home a dog. You can't just throw them in the same room and expect a holy miracle. With the minimal amount of research, you could discover there are ways to properly introduce cats and dogs, none of which have you put them into the same room at once. It's taken 3 months, but my old grouchy cats and my dog have finally fully integrated and are comfortable around each other. I think waiting until your cat is gone to get a dog is a fine idea. But you didn't really introduce that other dog well. There are techniques for introducing new animals that work really well. You don't just plop them together and see if they get along. I just want to say that originally there was no asshole. You and your girlfriend handled this extremely well and I'm happy that you both came to good conclusion on the issue. Maybe she can volunteer at a local shelter to help with the dog walking and such until then. I think it would be a great way to socialize with dogs while being unable to have one of her own. It allows her to also give back to the community, and make friends with staff, vets, and maybe find a pup of her own, eventually. Animals need to be acclimated together over the course of a few weeks. If you dropped any cat in the room with a dog, a similar scenario is likely to have played out. It is possible that such an acclimation can occur, given a lot of time and patience. You do you though. Outdoor dog. EEHM. No. There are only a few dogs suited for that and they are sitting, outdoor, to protect your flock of sheep, cows, geese or whatever flocks on your acres of land, lol. They are actually not the kind of dogs your girlfriend has in mind when the word, puppy, pops up. And #X200B. But good your old man can enjoy his days. Please do not get a dog and make it live outside. I'm voting that you cat is the asshole in all this, but I respect you for loving him anyway. So glad this worked out so well. I have an old grumpus cat myself, 16 years old, and while I'd love to get another cat to soften the blow for when she eventually dies, I know she wouldn't be happy. We gotta look out for our pets. Great job on your part. Info. Do you not understand that you can't just introduce cats to other cats or dogs, like people introduce dogs to dogs instantly? It takes weeks to safely introduce cats to other animals and that's through a closed door, baby gate, and switching them back and forth until they get used to each other's smells. TL Doctor. You cannot introduce cats to other animals and expect them to immediately get along. I totally understand your guys' decision but this makes me realize I don't think I can be with anyone who gets in my way of getting a pup. Pleading face. As soon as I'm financially stable I'm getting a dog and I can't imagine waiting for additional years after that. Glad that Sparky will live out his golden years in peace. I had a cat with Sparky's temperament. She lived to be 22. Cats don't revenge pee, it's a result of stress. I agree that was a genius plan. And it worked out for all involved. Although, there is the possibility that Sparky could be introduced a little differently to a dog and that after a few days or even 2 weeks that Sparky could adjust to having a dog around. But regardless, you have a great plan going forward that works for everyone. You are not in a situation where you have to have a cat-dog relationship, it can wait. In the interim, could your girlfriend get her dog fix by volunteering at an animal shelter? I'm glad you guys worked this out. My husband wants a dog but I have an old lady cat who's the same way. I've had her since she was 9 weeks old and she's turning 15 in May. She's been around longer than the husband so he has to wait. Tears of joy. Cat revenge pee is the worst pee. Glad it worked out. Sometimes people have to see to believe. I had a dog for many years. He wasn't the typical dog. More of a cat if you ask me. But he was the baby, and my parents never relented any time I asked for another pet. After he died, I got 2 ferrets and a cat. I do not regret waiting. My dog deserved peace in his golden years. When I see people getting puppies when their current dogs are getting old, it makes me sad. So, good on you for caring about the pet you already have before taking on another. That's a good outcome. I'm glad she doesn't want an outdoor dog, that's just a euphemism for neglected dog. FYI, cats don't revenge pee. They pee when they feel territorially threatened. He was being a normal, scared cat, not spiteful. There's no such thing as an outdoor dog. There are dog owners who care and dog owners that suck. Let my girlfriend, LMAO. No doggos were harmed in the making of this point. Less than 3. Such a great update. I love how you handled it, and yours friend is the real MVP for borrowing dog. Don't get an outdoor dog. Dogs are social creatures and will develop behavior issues if raised outdoors, especially if they are alone. Definitely don't raise 2 outdoor dogs either. I am so excited to see that even after some MTN tours got very ugly towards your partner and relationship off that one post, you proceeded to use effective communication and reach an educational compromise of the test run so you could both see what her option would look like as you both currently live in your option. I'm also equally thrilled that after seeing that, she was empathetic and understanding of your cat, rather than continuing to try and plead her case. Your baby deserves his peaceful end. Good job, Op. Sounds like you guys have some great years ahead of you, with Grumpus and eventually another fur baby, hopefully quite a while to go. Nope. You're being thoughtful of your cat. Sparky sounds like the asshole here. I didn't really think you were an asshole for telling her no to the dog, but I do hope you realize that randomly throwing a cat and dog together in a room without a proper introduction is not actually representative of how the cat would react to living with a dog. You have to introduce animals to each other slowly over time because most animals will be anxious and upset at another animal suddenly being in their territory, and a lot of animals will attack if not introduced properly because of the stress of the situation and their territorial instincts. Also, cats don't revenge pee. They don't understand the concept of revenge, they aren't people. Your cat peed on the bed because it was stressed and anxious. Lots of animals, humans included, pee themselves under extreme stress. When you do get a dog, please consider adopting from a shelter. It's good things worked out, or you'd have had to revenge pee on your girlfriend. One day is hardly enough for pets to get used to each other. It can take days, weeks, for some it can take hours. In my opinion, it was a good idea to give a trial run, but you also didn't give the pets the time and space needed to succeed. I really, madly love dogs, but I think I love Sparky even more. Sparky is the name of my electric car, just wanted to share. I'm so glad that you guys came to a mutual understanding. However, as a cat mom myself wanting a puppy, just be prepared for Sparky to live until he is 20 years old. My old lady is 18 this year and healthy as can be. I think it was important to show your girlfriend that senior pets do get stressed out when you introduce another animal into your home or change their environment. Hell, not just senior pets do that. However, realistically, you'd probably have an introduction phase over a period of time anyway, so it's not really fair to say Sparky couldn't ever be near another pet. Though if he's a biter, it's not really fair to put other people's pets or Sparky through that to prove a point. I'm glad to hear this. My husband and I are also waiting until our ancient rabbits depart before getting a dog. They deserve peaceful golden years where they can spend the day following sunrays across the room in peace. I don't think they are capable of reacting so aggressively, but I do think a doggo would stress them the heck out. I also call my cat Grumpus, not really on topic but just thought I'd share.